Hello and welcome to another video at Movie Mash, and today we're going to talk about Hillbilly. No, not Deliverance, not that Hillbilly.
He got a real pretty mouth, ain't he?
Well, thank you.
Now let's you just drop them pants.
So welcome to another video here at Movie Mash, and today we're going to talk about a new movie called Hillbilly Elegy, based on the life of J.D. Vance, a best-selling book starring Amy Adams, Glenn Close, Gabriel Basco and Owen Osterlos. So J.D. Vance in real life has become a real life successful business investment manager, but the story is about him growing up from a child to the point where he became a Yale student. But he had no chance and he defeated the odds, where his mum was a substance abuse alcoholic, drug addict, and she was very temperamental. And he had a very supportive nan, and it's a rags to riches story basically. Directed by the great Ron Howard, who's also one of my favourite directors, known for Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind and Cinderella Man, which is one of my favourite films of all time. I love nothing more than a rags to riches story, and there's been many out there, and sure, the story's been done before, but we love to watch it anyway, especially if it's done well. Normally I speak about positives and then negatives, but I find that they're kind of a mixed bag with this. So first of all, I thought the acting was mostly good. I feel like award ceremonies coming up, so Amy Adams and Glenn Close are going for that award. I found that Gabriel Basco is quite wooden. Owen Osterlos, I don't know if it's his acting or it was his direction or a bit of both. And I hate saying bad, negative stuff about young actors or any actors in general, because they're trying their best. And I could see he was doing it best, but some of the dramatic scenes that was forced upon us, I felt it was weak. I felt he was weaker, and I don't know if it was him or the direction, but that's how I felt, and I wasn't investing. Now, another problem I had is that a lot of the scenes went from childhood to today, but it was scene for scene. Every scene it was an adult, next scene was a child. And I felt like I needed more time with one or the other, but I wasn't getting that, and it found it hard for me to invest into who and what was going on. So Glenn Close I thought was really good. Yeah, she looked exactly like the character and apparently is very like the nan, and I've seen the pictures and she does. But I felt like I'd like to have seen more about her, more about her character, and I didn't, and it was a bit of a shame. Now, Amy Adams, the same with her. It was kind of breezed over why she was so erratic, why she's a junkie, why she went from man to man. It felt like the story about her was brushed over too much, and we didn't see enough of her. And again, I felt like I'd like to have seen more and more about her, and I could have invested more. Again, with Gabriel Basco, it's probably not all his fault. As I say, he's a good enough actor. I just felt his part of it was weak, and I wasn't investing in him either. There's some scenes that just came across too ridiculous about how much he didn't know and how quick to anger he would get. Also, it kind of showed that all rich people are toffee-nosed and snobs. I felt that was pushed on us a little bit about snobbery, but that's just my opinion. Hans Zimmer is probably Hollywood's biggest composer at the moment. He's done movies like Man of Steel, Batman, Spider-Man and others. And I feel that music is really important in the film. It helps with emotional scenes, but I didn't get it from him on this. It wasn't terrible, it was good enough. It's Hans Zimmer. There's a lot of politics surrounding this movie at the moment, especially in the US, and I don't like to get involved with politics when it comes to movie reviews. I like to review a movie on its own merit, but sometimes when it's in your face too much, it feels like it becomes the film and it takes your mind off it. But on this film, I didn't feel it. So after researching this, J.D. Vance is very successful. But on the film, I didn't realize how successful he would become. I just assumed it. And I felt like if he had told us who and what he became properly, but it just kind of breezed over a lot of things that I felt like we could help invest in the character more. And it just didn't happen for me. And I had to research who and what he became afterwards. Sure, there was bits and pieces on it that explained it, but it just kind of went over my head as I was trying to get engulfed in the story. There's a few things that were meant to be emotional, to do with the grandmother and even the mum, but again, it just kind of breezed over it, and I felt like something more could have been done there for me to feel sorry for him or to break my heart. but it just breezed over it again. Like he's in the military, breezed over. Someone dies, breezed over. And I'm like, I'd like to have seen more of that, but we didn't. Ron Howard is a great director. He's come a long way from the days of playing Richie on Happy Days. Believe it or not, some people still don't know about this. And if you don't know, you do now. And he's done some amazing films, as I said earlier. But again, the chopping and changing on this direction, I just didn't understand why he took this project. But again, direction, I don't know. I just didn't feel it. Now, I seem to be slamming on this film quite badly, and I don't mean to. It's not a terrible film. I just feel like with the direction and the talent involved, it should have been real hard hitting, and I felt like it was a missed opportunity. Along with all the chopping, all the direction, some of the acting, the character building, it just wasn't enough. But it still was enough to be an okay film, and I'm gonna give this a side thumb. So Hillbilly Elegy, have you watched it yet? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think I was right? Do you think I was wrong? Please let me know in the comments below, and please subscribe and like. But for now, and until next time,